Good morning. Welcome to worship at First Congregational Church, an open and affirming setting of the United Church of Christ. No matter who you are, no matter where you are on life's journey, no matter where you are geographically, you are welcome to worship here. Here at First Congregational Church, with Jesus' radical life and teachings as our guide, we are passionately striving to become the community which God has envisioned for the world. Unconditional in our love of God and neighbor, extravagant in our commitment to following Jesus, life-changing in our affirmation of others, boundless in our welcome and hospitality, courageous in our work for justice, bold in our efforts to dismantle racism, faithful in our stewardship of the earth, generous in our sharing of resources. Together, we will become more fully the church God calls us to be for such a time as this. My name is Rachel Robichaux, and I'm so excited to have you here today to be a part of it all. We'd like to welcome both those of you who are worshiping with us online, as well as those gathered here in the worship space. It's wonderful to be able to bring all of us together for this time of worship. And those of you who are accessing this worship service sometime in the future, we're also so happy to have you with us. For those worshiping with us online or accessing this worship service at a later time, we invite you to take a second and leave a comment to let us know that you're worshiping with us. You can continue to use the comments throughout worship to be in fellowship with others, ask any questions you may have about our faith community and upcoming events, and use it as a brave space to offer up any prayer requests you may have. We want to hear from you, so please reach out. For those gathered in the worship space, there are prayer cards in each of the pews. Feel free to fill them out and drop them in the offering plates on your way out of worship today. Speaking of offerings, there are a few ways to contribute to our various shared ministries. For those here in person, the offering plates are there for you to use for after worship, or you can scan the QR code in the bulletin to access our online giving platform. For those worshiping online, you can also access our online platform on our website or by scanning this QR code right here. I get to be the weatherman today. You can also mail a check to our office at any time. Thank you for all of the generous ways you continue to support God's work through our shared ministries. Because of you, we are changing lives. I've seen plenty of generosity in these past few weeks with so many people lending their time and talents to help lead church life while our typical leaders are taking some well-deserved time off. So thank you again to our band and choir for running the show here today, to our amazing guest musician, Liz Sin, for leading worship while Jeff is away. Today, Rev Timoth is also on vacation. In his place, we are very pleased to welcome Michelle Ledesma Bayer as our guest preacher. A South Shore native, Michelle grew up in Canton, Mass. She's a graduate of Northeastern University and a lifelong member of UCC Churches, a dedicated activist, ally, and advocate for LGBTQIA+, BIPOC equity, creation care, and food justice. Michelle is a candidate for ordination in the UCC and currently serves as a college chaplain and director of the Student Christian Center at the State University of New York at New Paltz. She currently lives in Hudson Valley, New York, with her husband and teenage daughter. Thank you, Michelle, for leading worship with us today. With all of that, let us now go a bit further into our worship by joining Carol in our responsive entry to worship.
Please read with me responsively. Give thanks and praise to the Holy One. We bow down in reverence as we, the temple of the living God, gather for worship. Sing praises with your whole heart. We exalt our God who is faithful and steadfast in love, and hear the word of our great and glorious God. May listen in anticipation for the movement and invitation of the Spirit.